Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. What them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental, how clean is a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track, we the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace. My name is Kimberly Vertigan, also known as Universe Badger, co-owner of Unseen Twisted Truth and founder of A Little Assistance Safe Healing, LLC. I'm an integrative holistic health practitioner and herbalist, Reiki spiritual healer, author, spoken words, speaker, and someone passionate about helping people understand that healing is not one size fits all. Tonight's conversation comes directly from chapter 3 of our upcoming book, Same Scars, Different Timeline. Different rhythms, different lessons. Many people experience similar wounds, similar struggles, and similar pain, yet the lessons they take from those experiences can be completely different. Healing is not a race. Healing is not a competition. Healing has its own rhythm. Some people learn through loss. Some learn through love. Some learn through repeated lessons. And some learn through finally becoming tired of repeating the same cycle. Tonight, we're exploring the lessons hidden inside our setbacks, our patterns, our hardest seasons, and the growth that comes from learning to see things differently. Family, what's your opinion? Peace, peace, Golden Eagle.
Peace, peace.
Can you read the deeper meaning for me, please?
Absolutely. Life moves in rhythm. There are seasons where we feel strong and seasons where we feel broken. There are times when growth feels effortless and times when every step forward feels like a battle. One of the greatest misconceptions about healing is believing everyone should heal the same way or on the same timeline. The truth is that people can carry similar scars and learn completely different lessons from them. One person learns boundaries, one person learns forgiveness, one person learns self respect, one person learns how to finally let go. The scar may be similar, the lesson may be different. Growth is not measured by how quickly we heal. Growth is measured by what we learn, what we can change, or what we change, and how we choose to move forward. Let's have a good conversation.
Man, this book is going to be so amazing. We have so many people participating in writing it. We have so much. It's going to be so epic and so deep and so detailed, and it's going to be a healing journal, a journey for some and a journal for some. It's going to be such a beautiful thing. How do you feel now that we're in chapter 3 of the book? How do you feel since you've done chapter 1 and chapter 2?
Hmm. I mean, that's a good question, I guess. I feel a lot more whole today than I did months ago. I feel a lot more grounded. Like we spoke on, honestly. Just early on when I first joined. Um, I felt like for a while, being grounded was something I was practicing, and I feel like that's something that I've actually finally kind of achieved. It's not necessarily practice now, but normalized. It's normal now, and I know I still have my moments too, where I kind of let myself go and I'm not so grounded in moments, but it's a lot more of a normal thing where I'm feeling like I'm not having to force it or constantly stay conscious of it because it's becoming part of my subconscious.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling a lot more at peace.
You know what I like about the whole thing is that it's not just coming from my point of view, and it's not just coming from your point of view. We have over 11 people that are participating in this book.
Right.
It's different artists, different parents. My mom is participating. And my mom's a little older, obviously, and for her to be able to sit back and reflect and finally be able to sit down and write her own memoir, her own story in her own journals and get it out there, and then to participate in mine, or our book. It's a beautiful thing. I don't think I could ask for a better time in life than this time, because I love it seeing people heal. I love when people love themselves, to take time to really listen to themselves and to express it properly. I mean, we go outside and we see so many people in this world in survivor mode, and I don't think a lot of people realize how serene and peaceful it is to heal.
Right.
So let's get into the first question. The first question is, what is a setback that your healing journey taught, or yeah, your healing journey taught you something important? What was a setback in your healing journey that taught you something important?
Honestly, that just makes me think. This last couple weeks, actually, I started that new job a couple 2-3 weeks ago, and it's actually kind of been a struggle because there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of different energies, a lot of different vibes. There's a lot of negativity, and it's teaching me. I can't even say it's taught me. I'm still practicing not carrying other people's energy, and not allowing somebody else's vibe to affect mine, and that's something that I'm actually having to deal with or work on a daily basis. But it's funny because I'm moving forward, but it's felt like a setback in some ways because I've had a couple days where I catch myself with where I know I just other people's vibe, man. It's affecting my mood and my mental and my emotional state, state, all the above, and I'm having to put myself in check. Like, hold on, this ain't me, man, and I can't allow somebody else's negativity or their own bad vibe to rub off on me. And I really, it's been a challenge, I guess I'd say. I like to think that I've done pretty well with it because I'm constantly reminding myself that other people's vibe is not my vibe, and so I gotta let that I just gotta brush it off. I gotta brush it off. I've been practicing that a lot too, just brushing it off and letting people be them, whether it's positive or negative. But yeah, I've always I've caught myself a couple times almost feeling like the old me, where like certain things that I know would have me pissed off or irritated for the rest of the day. Like catching myself feeling that irritation, and then realizing, look, man, that I can't carry that with me. That's not even mine to carry, and like I said, it's been kind of weird because it's a step forward, but I've been feeling like there's a slight setback in it too. But it's probably just more a lesson than anything. I don't think it's necessarily a setback. I'm just having to pause and study it. So yeah.
A setback for me that really got me thinking is the whole reason that we started this book. The whole reason I started this book, someone really dear to me said that they hadn't seen a low day of mine, so that maybe I'm not being authentic with it. And I started thinking that not everybody heals the same, and not everybody's in the same timeline of healing.
Right.
So when I said that, and I decided that we're going to start writing this book, he said to me today, the same individual said to me today, the exact same thing that you said about other people's energy, that he has realized that other people's energy cannot become his. And he also realized that not everybody wants to heal.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people are comfortable in that state of, what am I supposed to do? I'm old now, or it's too late. I've already experienced life this way. I like being miserable and I want to stay miserable. And then I've had people that have come to me and said, show me the tools that I can utilize to learn how to do something different, because I'm ready for change. I'm ready for growth. I'm ready. And that's really what made me think about it, is that, not everybody really is ready to grow right now. And then there's those that are out there that are just excited and anticipating, the outcome, and they're ready to receive whatever they got to do. I know a lot of people that are moving. I know a beautiful young lady or queen. Her name is Vanessa. I shared an invite for a lot of people to go follow her. She lived in Detroit, and she's only 26 years old. And she went from Detroit to Thailand and lives there by herself.
Wow.
She just picked up and moved to a whole nother country. A whole nother region, and is living there now, and we're going to interview her soon. And I'm just excited for that journey of people wanting to just remove the limitations that are holding them here and just flying and soaring. So a setback for me is realizing not everybody is ready, and then those that are excited too, and the energy that comes with it cannot become mine. Because I really took a lot of people's energy personal. And then I started to realize, like you said, you had to just shake it off and realize, wait a minute, I am authentic, whether you see it or not. And this is my energy, and I don't have to participate in your negative one just to show that I've healed. Right. And I'm grateful for that. I love that person dearly from this lifetime to the next. That's my family through and through. And there's no ill intention ever.
Right.
No, other people's perceptions, it's beautiful. They don't have to think like me. You know? So I love that. That's something I learned along the journey, and I love it. Have you ever thought you were healed from something only to realize there was still more work to do, and what happened?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but yeah, just hearing certain phrases sometimes can take me right back to certain times, you know, and my, maybe not my verbal or even physical reaction, but my reaction upstairs reminds me that maybe I haven't healed from certain situations, you know. Like I said, I mean, sometimes it could just be a sentence or a phrase that I've heard more than once, or you know, and it kind of trigger, you know. Right? And I just realized to myself, you know, yeah, I'm still sensitive. I'm still a little sensitive about that or whatever, you know. And so, yeah, that's for sure. Oh yeah.
Justine on TikTok said, and another beautiful artist said, it's okay to meet people where they are, just as it is okay to leave them where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's okay to meet them where they're at and to leave them where they're at.
Right.
Both. There's so truth and so much right there in that sentence. There's like double. Both of them are true. You know, there's no lie. and for me, have I ever thought I was healed from something? Yeah, you know, I thought that people's words didn't affect me anymore. And then I realized that I'm triggered by the fact of someone telling me how I feel. I'm so triggered by that. When someone says to me, well, I know you think this. Bro, I don't even know what I'm thinking half the time. How are you expect to know what I'm thinking?
Right.
I mean, sometimes my brain is just like, maybe this is how I feel. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I'm in limbo. Like I can't decide on whether or not I want to get up out of bed or not. I mean, and yet you're telling me what I'm thinking. You say to me, I know what you're thinking. I know that you feel this way. I know this and I know that. I don't know how people know that about me without even asking me. I got one more. I didn't realize it until just now. I'm still affected by, and it's almost like the same thing and knowing what I'm thinking, but they're assuming. People are assuming that my words are coming across a certain way. They're assuming that I'm either upset, anxious, something from the darker state, from that lower vibrational state, some kind of mood that is no longer of me. And they're like thinking that's how I feel. Oh, I know you're upset by what I said. And when at the end of the day, I didn't think anything about what you said. You said what you said. I didn't have to hold on to that. That didn't have to become me. But yet people are quick to come at you from their wounds. And I realize that people come from you. They perceive things from their wounds, you know? And that right there was something I had to overcome too. Encourage more viewers to share. Yes, everybody like and share, please. Like and share, please. Please. Someone needs to hear this. This is going to help somebody. I promise you. The whole point of the book and everything. Like and share, please. What pattern, habits, or cycle did you have to break in order to grow?
I had a handful of them actually. I had quite a few of them. I mean, just be honest. But right offhand, I think the first thing I think of is I think the biggest one for myself was breaking the habit of being reactionary, taking that second to just inhale, breathe, and then respond. Um, also, explaining myself. It was another habit, I guess, that I had to break because I had to realize that, look, I don't need to explain myself for every action or thought or whatever, which, so yeah, I mean, that's two anyway. And I'll just stop at two because I could probably, the list goes on, that's for sure.
My habit that I had to break, and there's habits and cycles. Okay, so my habit that I had to break was constantly explaining myself. I overly explain to people.
Yeah.
And it's because my intent is so pure in that everything I do is intentional. Intentional. I don't speak unless there's an intention behind it. I don't just go and do something unless I'm intentionally doing it, because everything I do is from my heart. So I overly explain myself. And I also have caught myself I really want to just quit when certain people say certain things. I just want to throw in the towel and say, you know what, you're right, and walk away. And I can't do that. I want to. I'm going to be really transparent right now. 75% of the time, maybe even 80, when people talk to me, I'd rather just walk away and not hear you. And it's not because I don't care. It's because the energy, the perception, and whatever content you're coming from when you're speaking is not where I'm aligned with. When we did the show last Thursday, that gentleman that we all did the positive energy towards and whatnot, the next day, they asked me to see my personal areas. After I told them that I cared about them, and every time they have a negative thought, please replace it with a positive thought. And I really honestly care, and I want to be able to utilize some tools with them so they can get better, because I don't want to help no one heal anymore, but I have tools that may help you. So I said that to them, and they asked to have pictures of my personal area, and I was like, that's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. And now I have to block you. I've known that person for years, and because whatever they're going through and whatever mindset they're in right at that present moment, they felt it was appropriate to disrespect me. I'm not the one anymore. Maybe the old me would have been like, ha ha ha, and blew it off. But this one, I'm so intentional now. I'm just like, yeah, we don't have to be friends anymore.
Right.
And I'm not mad. And I honestly believe it's their loss, not mine. And that's how I'm living now. So, yeah. So overly explaining and being, I'm kind of cold sometimes, and not intentionally, because I'm so intentionally, not because I just don't care, because I actually really care, probably too much.
Right.
So during your hardest seasons, what lessons from life trying to teach you? What lessons was life trying to teach you that you couldn't see at the time? Ooh, I know mine. From your hardest seasons, what do you think life was trying to teach you that you couldn't see at the time?
That I'm okay by myself. I think so. I think that's one of the lessons. I always felt like I needed somebody, whether it was a significant other or a whole gang of motherfuckers. I always felt like I needed somebody in my life. I needed people, and I guess in some ways I do. We all need somebody. We need love to be. From all people, we need to be able to. We need people so we can love too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think actually the question before the last one, the one with the patterns and habits, maybe has that in my head too. Thinking about I always had a tendency of jumping from one relationship to another, but it was even in friendships, man. I always felt like I needed somebody, man. I needed someone around. I needed somebody to kick it with. And really, I think like this most recent most some pretty recent experiences have gotten me to the point where I realized, man, really what I need is just time with myself. That's what I needed, and so some hard life lessons had to show me that, but I needed to be okay with me. I didn't need I don't know, somebody else's approval or somebody else's affection or somebody else's affirmation that what I thought or felt was okay. I don't need that anymore. I need that from myself. And so yeah, I think the biggest and hardest lesson, the one that took the longest to learn, was that I'm okay just being me with me.
Whew, I got a couple of them too, and I might have to piggyback off of yours too. I think that might be a thing of mine too. Not because I love me and I don't mind being alone. I think it's because I spent a lot of my life alone too, let alone a lot of my life with people also. I honestly think it's because I feel that I deserve it because I know I'm a good person. And then, oh gosh, there's so many. There's so many. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful because a lot of people out here, a lot of people out here are different. I went outside the other day and I took the dog outside to go bath, and this girl's screaming. She's got her kid in her arms, and her other kid's coming outside, and I think she called her kid a bald-headed B word. And I was just like, oof, oof. Your kid's probably 4 years old, and you're talking to her that way. Oof. And then I was like, and then she started screaming, I need a new baby daddy. He's taking applications for new girlfriends. And I'm thinking, like, I don't recall a time being so not caring about myself. And then I realized I was. There was a lot of times that I'd done things that I shouldn't have done. I was doing dishes and I thought about all the things that I allowed to happen and how I allowed people to act around me and change who I was. I'm so grateful I'm not that person anymore. I'm so grateful I'm not that person anymore. And it's because I wanted someone around me. And that's why my mom did what she did, or not my mom, but my biological parent. That's why she did what she did and allowed men to do what they did to me, is because she just wanted somebody around. And I was taking those patterns and those traumas and making them become mine too. And I'm not mad at myself and I'm not beating myself up over it. I am grateful I am not the same version of me that I once was. But people do things because they don't want to be alone. They accept things because they don't want to be alone. I'm not rushing anything. I'm allowing it to be what it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be, whatever it's supposed to be. Yeah, that was my hardest season in life. It was trying to teach me to love myself correctly and to have boundaries because I never had any for myself. How do you handle difficult days now compared to how you handled them back in the past?
Oh man, I kind of, like I was just saying, I guess, in the past, a difficult day, man, I'd look for a friend or my significant other so I could vent. I'd call it, but it would be an all day rant. I would just, and today, as opposed to looking outwards, I look inwards. I draw into, I just spend time. Instead of looking for someone to listen to me or hear me out, I just listen to myself. I hear myself out. I pray and meditate. I contemplate. I, I ground myself as opposed to letting myself take off like a helium balloon. That's the difference today. Today, I kind of draw myself in and yeah, and take time to just contemplate, think about it, calm myself, stay chill. Try not to, like I said, I try not to go on them rants. And because again, back then I think I might have called it venting, but even that, the venting always turned into more of a rant than venting. It was bitching all day. All day I'd bitch about it. I'd let it affect me like that for hours days at a time, even, but I don't let anything phase me like that anymore. I'm not saying obviously not saying I don't get worked up about some shit, but not like that, man. Like I said, when I catch myself feeling it's a hard day, man, whatever it is, whether it's frustration or anger or sadness or grief, whatever it is, I take the time to take time for myself. I'll go to my room, and at that point, the only living being that I need other than myself is maybe my dog. you know, yeah, and it's prayer and meditation, and my best friend. And he don't talk back, so I don't get any affirmation or any I don't get any positive or negative vibes from his words because he ain't got nothing to say.
And if he did, he would, I saw a video that said, my dogs look at me like I'm God. The cat looks like me, like it's God.
Yeah. That's so true.
That's what I said. My dog's over here right now barking and dreaming, chasing something. Like he don't got no worries. None. For me, I used to blame people for my hard days. I blame my parents. I never blamed me having him so young for the reaction of why he is the way he is. I blamed me. And then I blamed everybody else. And I realized that I don't have to blame anybody. I have to start taking accountability for what I do, where I put myself, in what position I put myself in, and what I'm supposed to learn from this. What food is life trying to hand me? What knowledge, what beautiful gift am I trying to get from this? I tried to unalive myself so many times in life that when it came time for me to fight for life, I never thought about not wanting to be here. I begged for it. That's just a crazy scenario. As many times as people don't want to be here, but when it comes to fighting for life by somebody else taking it from you, you're going to beg for it.
Yeah.
It's heavy. And the more we're doing this book and the more I'm reading, I have to do like author notes and stuff like that. And I want to say peace, Stephanie. But the more things that we end up doing though and seeing and discovering in this book, the more I'm able to look within myself and really analyze and see how far I came. And I'm really proud of me. And I honestly don't care who else is at this point. And it's not because nobody else's opinion matters, because I love people. It's because I'm finally loving me. And that's the most important person to prove life to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really. You're the only person that's got to look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. I'm really proud of who I am when I look back at myself now. And I don't look and judge me no more. I give myself grace, and I realize that, nothing's happening to me. It's only happening for me. And there's got to be a reason that I'm still doing what I'm doing. Because I like Bashar. I don't know. You know who Bashar is?
No, I don't think so.
I might be vouching the name wrong too. But this guy named Daryl has this alien from another planet comes in like it's like a trance. It puts him in a trance and he becomes this other thing, this other person. And this person that he becomes, his name is Bashar. And if you type up Bashar, you'll see it. And he said something. He says, we are all one. We are all one. The creator of all. We are all one. just having a different experience, a dream inside of a dream that we're choosing to come back to and realizing that we're dreaming.
Right.
But we're choosing this dream for a reason. Because we can change our reality. Yet we keep coming back to this reality that we're in at this present moment because there's something that we need to learn from it. It's Basher, Asher Bashar. If you find it, you'll see it on Facebook.
Okay. And I may have seen it.
He's a bald-headed.
Yeah, I think I have actually.
And it's almost refreshing because I watched this other guy. His name is Peter something. I forgot what Peter's last name is. Peter says, our age isn't old because they don't have no age. Souls have no age. We're all the same. It's all endless because beyond us, beyond this moment, beyond this life and reality, there's no time. So it's existence of all. Now, once we realize that we're able to be free and we're not stuck in survival mode, we're not aging ourselves. We have to live to our highest, fullest passion, excitement, and just feel joy every day. And our inner body will actually match that. But once we think we're old and tired and exhausted and tired of living this way and, life is hard, we're going to feel that.
Right.
But if we can match how we feel inside if we just change how we see things inside of us. But we have to change us first so that our outside can match. And it makes me think differently now that I hear it that way, because if we're having a dream and we're choosing this, if we're suppressed and we're feeling that, because of our life and because of our limitations and all the stuff, we can't do nothing better, that's a choice we're choosing.
Right.
Because it's just a dream. It makes sense to me. What would you tell someone who feels discouraged because they keep repeating the same lessons?
You want different, be the difference. Can't get it from anyone else. You want change, you got to make the change. So you want different, be the difference.
I want to tell someone who keeps repeating the same thing over and over, then you must learn that lesson. This is not the true definition of insanity. But the ideal definition of insanity is repeating behaviors over and over and expecting an outcome, yet you're not changing.
Yeah.
You're keeping the same thing. That's the ideal definition that humans gave it. But the real definition is not. That's called mind something, where your mind cannot I forgot what it's called, but we did a story on it before, where your mind can't actually break things because they're so stuck in a pattern they can't change. It's almost like a repeated loop. You have to stop it from happening. And until you realize what lesson you are learning from this, you're going to keep picking the same mates, the same crappy jobs, the same everything in life that's making you depressed, because you keep on putting yourself in that situation to receive that.
Yeah.
Learn the lesson so that you can free yourself from yourself, because you're doing a terrible job with yourself. You're keeping yourself against the wall and you keep saying, why am I hitting this wall? But you're putting yourself in the corner and the only thing there is a wall and a wall. So you're going to hit a wall if you're going to keep on going to that corner, because that's about pretty much a corner is just two walls.
Right.
So think about it. If you want change, you got to change. You can't expect the same situation if you wake up every day miserable and you want to know why your life's so miserable. Try waking up happy. Maybe, just maybe, your life might become happy.
Right. No doubt.
I had someone say one time, I didn't. It wasn't to me. I heard them say it to someone else, and they're in a situation, a relationship, and they're like, I want to mate like this, and I want to mate like this, and I want to mate like this, and I'm thinking, you're in a relationship with somebody, but you're saying what you want from somebody, huh? Crazy. I don't know why people don't see certain things that other people do, or that we do ourselves to ourselves.
Right.
Try being happy, and maybe your relationship will be happy.
Yeah. That's
Try.
like, yeah. That's funny because like when I was just a little bit ago when I was talking about work, and feeling them vibes and feel really sensing it affecting my own mood, man. The other day I had to force myself to be happy. Like I had to remind myself, like, I can't let their whatever, their misery, their negative vibes, their bad energy affect me to the point where, like, I went in there in the morning in a good mood, man. And I'm like, I was happy just an hour ago, like, and now I'm feeling like I'm real close to not being happy. And I kind of had to force myself to be happy, but it only took about 4 or 5 minutes, man. And next thing you know, I'm cruising around there on the high low, smiling, feeling good. I was happy again. And I had to make that choice up here, like I had to remind myself that it's a choice, man. It's a choice. And I can either choose to allow somebody else's or this world's negativity to impact me in a manner that I'm no longer happy, or I can just choose to be happy and not allow any outside sources to affect that, to break my vibe, man. And so, yeah, it only took a few minutes. But like I said, I had to remind myself and actually literally make the choice to be happy. Like I had to say, no, fuck this. I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Period. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I woke up happy this morning. Matter of fact, I woke up. And if that's not enough reason to be happy, I don't know what is. So I'm happy. I'm going to be happy. And that's all there is to it. And I'm not joking. It was like 4 or 5 minutes later, smiling and feeling happy again. And it was all because I made that conscious decision to be happy and not allow anything to break that. So
if I can give you a little piece of jewel, I told you from now on, every time you think of the Sandlot kids, think of the dog that barks behind the fence.
Yeah.
And picture that. Just got a smile on your face. I don't even got to say more. That right there should be
it's funny too because honestly, my dog looks a lot like that dog.
Picture that on that person's face. Be like, You know that video where that dog sitting on the couch and they made the dog into a person's hands, and it says, if you touch him, he'll bite you. If you touch him, he'll bite you. Picture that. That should make you smile. It makes me smile, and I don't even work there.
That's funny. It's even funnier that you say barking because excuse me. Last week I actually told somebody he's an old man there. Apparently, I didn't know it at the time, but apparently he's the supervisor to maintenance. But he came barking at me. He came and I don't even know what he was saying. I looked at him like, go bark at somebody else, old man. And he was like, what? I said, go bark at somebody else, old man. And then I just pulled away, and I ain't let it phase me at all, man. But I literally told him, go bark at, he was barking. That's all he was doing was.
Imagine a human body on that dog and be like, you touched him.
I tell you what, though, it was about 2 days that man wouldn't even. He put his head down every time I passed him, and then like on day 3, we're walking in, and he's like, "Good morning." Good morning. How you doing? Like, okay. Nice to see he's got a better attitude today. Good morning to you too, sir. Oh yeah. Yeah, and maybe somehow he realized he wasn't doing nothing but barking too, you know. And I don't know, but it was funny because it took a couple days, but he had a whole different attitude, man, a whole different vibe. 3 days later, you know, like I said, he was like, "Good morning," and I'm like, "Hey, good morning. How you doing, sir?" You know, so it was
You know what
cool.
else? Someone coming to me one time said to me a couple of days ago. They said, I changed how I thought. I changed how I used to be with people. And people that I thought were my friends were actually mad because I didn't do what I normally would do with them.
Mm.
Because I wasn't who they normally thought I was. That they got really upset with me. And I thought they were like family to me. They were really close friends of mine. And that person said, you know, I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna get up and move because I realize that I can't keep living like this. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. When you get to that point, something, and it's going to be your higher self, is going to test you to see. And it's not even a test because we're so accustomed to putting things out there, to blame other people, to blame our parents for this, to blame our siblings for this, to blame society for the way we are. We're going to blame outwardly. Look at this. Peace, SGF Graham.
Yeah.
Please, please. I know I'm super duper late. I had just finished helping my family, helping my mom and dad rearrange the whole house all day, and we not done. Got to go back Friday, Sunday, and Monday.
Did you get a thank you, son?
Yeah, most definitely.
That's all matters then.
Oh yeah.
I guess so to some people.
Yeah, no.
I'm always thankful. I don't need nobody else thankful. I need moolah. Nah, I'm just
I
playing. I'm
feel
just
that.
playing.
I feel that. I mean, to hear a thank you is awfully nice.
Yeah. I mean, they old enough for it. I know they need me.
So I was telling a story about how we ourselves, because I'll ask you a couple of these questions, but I was telling a story about how we blame the demons and the devil and the universe and whatnot for different things, because when we're trying to change our mindset and we're trying to change and better our life, we're going to be tested by things. And it could be just our higher self testing us to see, or our subconscious testing us to see if we're serious about change, because we're so accustomed to things a certain way that change is unfamiliar to us. And once we start changing things are going to happen. People that we thought were our friends are going to be our friends. People that we thought was in our corner really didn't have our back. Because now that we no longer are what they thought we were, what they were used to us being, that now they act funny. They act different. As if we were the problem.
I don't put that in test category no more, because I kind of look at that like the word terrific. The word
Oh yeah.
terrific, the post word for that is terrible.
Yeah.
What, everybody say terrific or whatever. Test is like saying, when you say they tested me, that means you're not sure if you're ready or not. That's why you're going through the test. You waiting to pass or whatever. So I don't look at it as a test anymore. I look at it as just your lower frequency trying to hold on what it's used to or whatever. When you're aligning something like a chiropractor will tell you after they line your back up, go do some back exercises so your muscles will stay firm and keep your back lined up, because if you don't, it'll go back to what it's used to or whatever. So I look at it like that. Like, my higher self isn't testing me. My higher self actually wants me to be there. It's my lower self that's like, nah, this is what we used to, so we're gonna keep doing this or whatever. So I don't think it's a test. I think it's just a resistance.
And I'm agreeing, because I was saying that's what some people will say. Some people will say that the universe is testing me or that I'm testing myself and stuff like that, but it's not. It's actually just seeing whether we're going to stay in that pattern or we're going to change. It's not even a test. We go back to what we're used to, what we're accustomed to.
Yeah, it's just patterns.
Yeah. So here's I'm going to give you the last two questions. How do you handle difficult days now compared to how you handled them in the past?
In the past, sometimes intentionally, but most of the time, 90% unintentionally. If I had a bad day, you had a bad day. You know, like I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that good shit. Goddamn, leave me the hell alone with that. If I mess your day up, whatever. You know, now I have a bad day or whatever. I don't. Whatever. You know, I might have bad moments or whatever. You know, but I speak against that immediately.
Mm,
Yeah.
Like I identify it so I can separate myself from it, and I try my best. That bump try. I don't think about it no more as much as I can, whatever, and let it go. You don't give it no energy, it don't have no energy to keep giving you back.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So what would you tell someone who feels discouraged because they keep repeating the same lessons?
Stop. That ain't nothing else to it. That I had to learn that that's literally what it was. It was no super guru answer or nothing of that. Stop. Now that stop is hard, but stop.
Hmm.
Just stop. Don't even try to even make a positive change yet. Just stop. Delete it. Delete it and then make the change.
Yeah, I said learn that lesson you're supposed to learn from it, because if not, you're going to keep doing it because you got to stop it. You got to quit, because people say, I keep bumping in the wall, but you're in the corner and there's a wall here and a wall here. Well, stop putting yourself in the corner and you won't stop hitting walls.
Some lessons ain't meant to be learned. It's some well, like trigonometry. I'm not gonna get that. I don't care how many times you put that lessons in my face. I moved on. I moved on and I have been okay.
I feel that.
People gotta learn the difference between quit and give up. Well,
Right.
it's not the same or whatever. It's okay to give up. Or whatever. It's okay to know when that has ran its route and it's time to give up on that or whatever. You don't necessarily, they put it in the quitting category and then they make themselves feel bad about something that they knew deep down this was not for them. Do
During hard season, what lesson was life trying to teach you that you couldn't see at the time?
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, literally, it was all of me thing or whatever. Not even everything that I blamed on everybody else. Not saying that they wasn't at fault for the things they did, but I was at fault for even having y'all to fuck around or whatever. Like I had to really start looking at myself like, why was y'all even around me to able to hurt me like this or whatever? I was like, okay, I got to stop that.
So I'm going to say something to those that have been watching or just tuned in. Besides, share this. I'm going to say to you that SGF Graham just came on about maybe 10 minutes ago. We've been talking about this. Golden Eagle said an answer. I said a similar answer. And SGF Graham is saying a similar answer.
Yeah.
And it's not, and that's what basically the book is about. Same scars, different timelines means that whatever they're growing through may not be similar to what I'm growing through. The outcome may not be at the exact same time. The realization, though, we're all going to have that pretty much same realization that we got to stop blaming others and start taking accountability, because it's our lives.
Right. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on late. And then again, I love it when you come on time. It's just, it feels like I'm not repeating what you say, because half the time I say the exact same thing you say. Because I said the same thing. Stop blaming people outward and start taking accountability within yourself, because you're the only ones in, Golden Eagle said the same thing. You're the only one standing in front of the mirror. Like,
Yeah.
you got to start taking accountability for your own actions.
You know they're trying to move that mirror to a demonic thing now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I heard somebody say that. Oh, when Michael Jackson was talking about the man in the mirror, he was invoking a demon or whatever. I was like, oh my goodness, man, y'all need to grow up, man.
Oh man.
Hey, he was telling the demon it's time to make a change.
Right.
You tell the demon that it was time to make a change. That's funny.
Look here, demon. You've been evil too long.
It's time to realize you're the problem.
Man. That's class.
My soul. That tickled my soul. So, what was the setback in your healing journey that taught you something important?
um, I had to delete my favorite song out of my mind frame. My favorite old song, "Lean on Me." That song was a gift and a curse because even though I felt like everybody could lean on me, my major setback was I didn't have nobody to lean on. And so I forgot about my own strength for myself. I was strong for everybody else, but when it came to me, I was clueless as hell. Yeah, that was my major setback. Like I used to actually stupidly unintentionally, I ain't gonna say stupidly, unintentionally manifested by saying I always figure it out for everybody else, but I can't figure out shit for myself. I used to strongly convictedly say stuff like that or whatever, not knowing I was just taking myself further down the hole that I gotta dig out of or whatever. But yeah, my setback was myself being upset that people wasn't there for me like I was there for them, and I would let that hold me tremendously, like all the way down, way further down that y'all could probably even imagine coming from me. Whatever, always saw the unity of the world and not receiving that or not seeing that in real life messed me up personally until I realized that, like I said, I had to stop blaming everybody else, do what I'm supposed to do, and that group that I dreamed of would naturally come around me. I don't have to force people and try to Lego block them and put them where they fit. It'll just fit itself.
I want to let you know I love you. I love you, every part of you, tremendously. I said the exact same thing to somebody when I was writing the author thing of the book and stuff like that. I told somebody, I said, not intentionally, because I focused on unseen twisted truths for so long that I forgot that Kimberly Vertican existed. I was trying to help everybody else heal, and I forgot that I needed to heal too. I forgot that, to love myself, because I'm over here trying to love everybody. And it's going to be in the book. You'll see it. I said the exact same thing in the book. You know what I love most about you, SGF Graham, real quick? I love most about you is that you mirror me so much that it reminds me that I really am not alone. My thinking ain't that twisted, because you think like me, except for I'm not on the edge of the seat. I wish a motherfucker would. But besides that,
I'ma stay there. I'ma stay there. But that's why I call you Kimberly instead of Moon Tortoise. Because I was like, Badger, yeah, Universal Badger or whatever. I was like, I get why they call you Universal Badger, but
yeah.
but, but nah, we not gonna we not going. I'm not going to forget Kimberly. I'm gonna keep saying Kimberly. Like I'm like I don't know universal badgers. I'm like I know badgers are some I don't give a assholes, and I don't want to be cool with no dang badger. Goddamn, I'm about to beat that damn thing up one day or whatever.
Feel that. Someone asked me today, why do they call me Universe Badger? Universe Badger. And I was like, well, you know how a badger's attitude is? Kind of makes sense. But at the end of the day, I get it. Nah.
That's
I'm
all I'm
grateful.
saying. I have to call myself an otter or something. I have to find something just as vicious.
You need to. You need to. What Kendall say? Always be held accountable physically and spiritually. I want the actions, not the words. Prove it towards yourself. No one else is gonna heal for you. That's so true. I expect a giant teddy bear after my treatments. Aww. Uh yeah, Miss Kimberly is truly amazing. Aww. Thank you. Yeah. So I realized when I was searching for love, I was searching it outwardly for the wrong reasons with the wrong people. I had to search it from within, and then the universe blessed me with such beautiful people outwardly. I don't know what I don't know. I couldn't imagine my life, and I don't want to imagine my life without you guys in it, including Golden Eagle. That's the only person that I've known my own forever like this. So yeah, that's still pretty cool, and that has grown with me, not where I've outgrown and no longer talk to because now we're on different frequencies. At least
Right.
this person really finally took their head out of their butt and started doing it too with me before we even spoke. Because there's a lot of people in my life, and I'm like, man, you're gonna be cool with me for my whole entire life. I don't even know them anymore.
Mm,
And that's because I am not me. No, I'm not them. I'm not that person that knew them.
right.
You get
Yeah.
that, SGF Graham?
I definitely do. I definitely do.
Yeah. All right, so let's do the reflecting.
Okay. The reality is not, or sorry, the reality is that no two journeys look exactly alike. Some lessons arrive through heartbreak, some arrive through failure, some arrive through success, some arrive through simply becoming aware. Different rhythms, different lessons. Although our paths may be different, growth remains available to all of us when we are willing to learn from the experiences life places before us.
Kendall, so funny. Kendall, you're funny. I'm just telling you.
Mhm.
Anybody don't know Kendall Cobb? Please go follow Kendall Cobb. Hilarious, hilarious. I don't think she thinks before she speaks, and I love that about her. I think she just speaks, and it's great because she's very intelligent with what she speaks, and it's funny. So let's do the positive message. If I'm going to leave, let's leave a positive message, and then we'll do the invitation and the outro. So, Golden Eagle, give SGF Graham a second. What's your positive message?
Mine or SGF?
Not you, Golden Eagle.
Positive message. Spend time with yourself. I mean, really, that's it's been good for me. Hopefully, it'd be good for you too.
My positive message. There's no timeline in healing. There's no race. There's no clock. There's no. This is where you got to be at a certain time. Just acknowledging the fact that you want to heal is one step closer to healing. Just remember that. So give yourself grace. As Jeff Graham.
Um, it's better to be late than to never do it at all.
Facts. 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 If I didn't already have a twin, I would have another twin. It'd be a Chef Ram, but I already got a twin. I just love that Chef Ram. We're part of him. All right, everyone. So, before we close tonight's conversation, remember that not only does your opinion matter, so does your story. Someone may need to hear this. They want to hear your experience and realize that they're not alone. Someone may hear your lessons and gain a new perspective. Someone may hear your journey and find hope in theirs. So, like and share this. Like and share this. You never know who needs to hear this. I want to say thank you for being part of the community conversation. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for allowing yourself grace. We are the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Don't just be different, become the difference. Until next time, thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to come heal with us. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations filled with peace and love. Ashe.
Peace.
Peace, peace.
All righty.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. Where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable with